What's up, guys? Welcome back. Nick up here at Maple Motors in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And of course, today we're going for a test drive in this 1938 Chevy Sedan. This one here, we've got the 305 under the hood. Looks like we got power steering, power brakes, AC compressor, but it doesn't have a belt on it over there, so I'm assuming that doesn't work. Of course, I'll get that locked up before we take off. Detailed pictures, financing, and shipping is available on all of our rides. This test drive is going to go over all the flaws that I could possibly find. This is the first time I've driven this one personally, and I treat it as if I'm going to buy the car, so I'm going to look for everything that I can, guys. That's why I do these videos for you. Financing and shipping is available, but you have to go to maplemotors.com. We do not have in-house financing. It is companies like JJ Best, Lightstream, Collector Car Lending. You can also go through your own banks, but we also have shipping available, and I do recommend using them. We do get a pretty good deal through our shipping company. For now, about that time, let's go for a ride. So we'll look around the interior, check everything out before we leave. Place those bets. Do you think the horn works? A game we like to play on the channel. Now your door panels, your seats. Headliner needs to be redone. Somebody ripped it off. Looks like they put some insulation up there. You need a light. Got a radio they've put up in the ceiling. AC box, kick panel speakers down in the floor on both sides. You can take this out and take off with it. Nobody can start your car without one of those. It's a kill switch on the dash. Aftermarket Dolphin gauges. You got water temp, fuel, volts, and oil pressure, plus the speedo. Pretty nice brace there for the column. Back seat, oh my gosh, look how huge this is. Okay, so let's try this out. See the gauges coming up. Volt's a little under 12. We may have a weak battery on our hands here. It does start up pretty good. Engine temperature's working its way up. We don't need to stop and get gas today. We're at half a tank. Oil pressure, it jumps up a little bit on the low side as we start. We'll keep an eye on that, make sure that gauge works. As far as AC controls, they were all the way up and they're not working, so the AC is going to need to work. That's probably why the belt was unhooked. Radio is up here. Give it a second, I guess. There it goes. Well, the radio's working. Turn signals. They don't pop up on the dash on this one, but we'll check all the turn signals around on the car. You can see the end of the knob is kind of broken there. Column does come up. What's the choke? Does it work? I don't think the choke's hooked up. It's not very mobile there. Horn, did you place your bets? Can't hook it up either. Front of the dash here. Alright guys, we've got power windows. This one's coming off track a little bit, so I need to come forward. I have to have two hands, but I believe I can get that down if I needed to. This one is working pretty good. Okay, let's hit the road and we'll see how she runs and drives. So we got seat belts on the inner side here, but we don't have the strap that goes around on the outside. So this one I have to have seat belts added to it. All you've got is the locks on the seats from the newer models interior. Okay, this is the first time that I've driven this ride here. There we go. It doesn't have an indicator on the column. I usually know, you know, first click is reverse, the second click neutral, third click is going to be drive, but it's very close, so you got to make sure you're on the third click, not the fourth click. Make sure we're stopping good. Feels okay. Here we go. Let's see what's going on with this one. Speedometer is not moving yet. As far as going straight down the road though, pretty straight with tight steering. getting in your brakes. A little bit of a stutter in the pedal. You can feel it from the calipers there, or the rotors. In your throttle. There's no powerhouse, but it's definitely getting up and going, back in those brakes. Just a little bit of a vibration. That kick down is actually hooked up. Just got to hit it at the right time in between shifts. Other than the brakes having a little bit of a vibration to them, seems to be checking out pretty good. Got some open parking lots over here we'll take advantage of and get some outside shots. And of course, at the end of the video, I'm going to pick out chips, scratches, rust, dents, you know, whatever else there is to look at. Somebody kept commenting saying I don't use my turn signals. I definitely use them all the time. Maybe I don't emphasize when I'm doing it, but like just flicking the turn signals like that all the time. Back in our brakes, like I said, a little bit of a vibration in the pedal, but they're stopping just fine. We'll go ahead and pull in this parking lot here. This is where I'm going to get some outside footage for you, and I'll be back. Thanks, guys. Okay, I went ahead and did the walk around video right here in this parking lot, and I was checking the gauges and everything. So good, so far is pretty good. You know, it's not bad at all. It's got 170 on the engine temperature, so it did come up. I did let it sit for a little bit doing the walk around. It came down to 140, back up to 170 now, which is great. The oil pressure is, I don't know, about 18. When you rev it, it jumps up to 30. So there's the oil pressure. We're charging on our battery, and the gas gauge has moved. So all of our gauges are working, except for the speedo. We won't have an odometer either because of the speedo's not turning over. Let's roll out. We can head back to the lot now. Of course, that picking out the flaws is going to be at the end. There's chips and scratches you need to know about. This is a 1938 model, so it's not perfect. But it does run and drive pretty good. Throttle's pretty responsive. And your brakes, see the steering wheel? It's got a little bit of a shake to the brakes. So they may need to be inspected. They're not pulling left or right or anything, and they're stopping just fine. It may just be time for a brake tune-up. And guys, I go over all these details showing you the flaws and stuff because we actually don't sit here and fix every little detail on the cars. I'd rather just tell you about it. We go through a lot of inventory every month doing it this way. We constantly get something new and we can keep the price down. So nice little bump halfway down the road here. You do got to manually turn off your turn signals. It's right here. Not too bad. You can hear a little bit of rattling coming from the trunk mainly. Yeah, somebody started on the headliner. Need a new light put in probably. Well, that might still work. Throw a bulb in there. We're pulling back into the lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video so far. I tried to pick out all the flaws for you. That way you know what you're getting. That walk around's coming up next, picking out the flaws. We'll see you in a minute. Hey, there's the next victim. I'm here to pick out the flaws. Let's walk around this ride. Anything I find, you'll know about it. There's detailed pictures on our website at maplemotors.com. I didn't have any hood props, so I just kind of cracked both of them. That way I can pick it up with one hand and show you. I guess we'll start in the back. I always end up starting in the front. So today we're starting back here. I did open everything up for you. Look at the seal back here. It's got a little bit of overspray on it, but the seal is soft. I put the tag in here, had it on the back, but I'm just gonna leave it in here for now. The carpet's glued down all the way around. Feels pretty solid. You got the battery relocated to the back. They got a strap on it. I guess it's, I don't know, it's still stuck, so that's good, but relocated the battery. What is this? Okay, extra parts to go with the car. Got some fuzz on the wall there. Insulation still in the lid on the back too. All right, as far as shutting this thing, boom, a little bit of pitting on your door handle there. A little indention back here, up top too. Got some little spots back here too. Let's come down this side first, lower portion. Tail light's in decent shape. You got some cracks back here behind it. Pipe sticking out the side. Overspray back here. Imperfections on the step. Looks like they added that piece on top. More recent. Spot there. Scratch here. Slight little bubble in the paint. Little chip up front there. Little chip here. Little spot there. We get going too far back, we'll look at the grill. The grill has got some rust popping up on it, pitting all over it. Line in the paint right here in the back. Again, those cracks I already showed you. Old glass in this window. Isn't it crazy how glass starts doing that? It's all the way around. Just because I've seen that on all the old cars, I'd have to leave that. Wait till the whole window does it. Good seal back here. Got some great metal flake on top. Roof on this car is shining. Little seal there needs to be renewed. Pitting on your chrome. The mirrors actually worked out pretty good on this one. Little indention there. Crack on the front window. Isn't it wild how they sealed up these front windows? Right there in the middle. I'll open the hood whenever I start the motor, that way we get a good look, and then I'll buckle down both sides. It's very easy, just push in, turn. Oh, little crack down here at the bottom. Cracks up here in the corner. Lines back there. Top there too, little cracks in the paint. Ding there. Scuffs. Lines in the back here. Emblem used to be there. Paint runs here. Spot there popping out. Got some lines in the back here on top. Crack in front of this one on the windshield all the way up to the point. So I guess both sides are going to need to be redone. There's cracks on both sides. Chrome's gone on this one by the vent window. This one needs to come down a little bit. I couldn't see out of it earlier. I think I got it pretty close now. This back window's doing it too. I just think that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and look at the interior. She doesn't look too bad, especially for the year model. This thing's styling. Let's look at the interior. Door handle on the outside opens up pretty good. The one on the inside, it could be a little finicky, but there it is. It's working. Needs to be tightened up a little bit too. The seal around it's in good shape. Let's look at the bottom of the store. Oh yeah, in good shape. Come on, there we go. Now you can see it. New jams. Kentucky. Carpet's in good shape. The seat in this one's got some cracks on the edge, but man, they look good. Your back seat, look at all the leg room. Headliner needs to be done. We knew that since the start. Again, I just automatically, if I have a kill switch right below the ignition, I'm just going to kill the switch every single time. Turn it on. We'll go ahead and start her up. Give her a little gas. Seems to start up pretty good. Full pressure since we started, it's been sitting around 20. Battery's charging, gas gauge just moved a little bit. It's actually went down a little. We've been driving around a lot. Engine temperature hasn't really moved from that. So we've got to keep an eye on that gauge, make sure it's right. Mileage is not going to change. Speedometer's not working. Passenger seat looks good. Passenger door panel's in good shape. Kick panels look good. Pedals. Now let's go ahead and lift the hood. I never use those steps. I just step over them. See, I don't see any props in here. Usually somebody will modify and add a prop. Aluminum radiator up front. Sounds like you got a little bit of a vibration knocking against something. See what it is. It's on the other side. It does sound like it's coming from the other side. That's why our controls aren't working. They're not hooked up. They added it. They just didn't hook anything up. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. There we are, sorry. Put the camera in my mouth. A little finicky on these hoods. Let's see. It opens up good. It was that the whole time. Air cleaner's a little bit loose, needs a spacer so that this will tighten down, because I got it stopped. I also want to get that wrapped up in something so that it doesn't flop around. Somebody was starting on the AC, so it looks fairly new. Go ahead and get this one shut too. Come on. Well, try it again. Took me a second. I've never actually shut this side. The other side went together pretty easy. This side, I guess you got to start from the back, and you just want to be careful not to scratch anything up. I knew I'd get it though. Okay guys, I appreciate you watching. This car's turned out pretty good. You know, it is a 1938 model, so it's not going to be perfect. There's detailed pictures inside and out and underneath maplemotors.com. I hope you enjoyed the test drive video. If you did, hit subscribe and share. I gotta go back and do 2 more vehicles that need to be done today. I'll have them out to you. I think it was a Cutlass and a Corvair. I'm heading back. Thanks guys, see you later.